There's a 60-second ritual that seems wrong, but really works. Have you ever thought about how something so simple could radically change your productivity and focus? Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But what if I told you that the secret to beating procrastination, restoring your energy, and boosting your performance is just 1 minute away? Most people believe that major transformations require hours of hard work. But what if I showed you that you can start seeing immediate results with a trick that seems almost illegal? Believe me, this ritual is more powerful than you imagine. And today, I'm going to reveal everything. Get ready to discover a secret that can change your life in just 60 seconds. Imagine you're sitting, perhaps at your desk or in an environment where distractions are constant. Your mind is overloaded, you can't concentrate, and no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to work. Now, imagine there's a ritual of just 60 seconds, something so simple it seems wrong. But that's exactly what can transform your day. This little secret, often ignored, could be the key to unlocking a level of focus and productivity you never imagined possible. Intriguing, isn't it? It even seems like a trick, but believe me, it has practical foundations and scientific reasoning behind it. You must be thinking, 60 seconds? How can this really make any difference? But what if I told you that this ritual is used by some of the most successful people, those who accomplish more in an hour than many do in an entire day? It's simple, but incredibly effective. We're not talking about complicated techniques. We're talking about something anyone can apply right now, without needing special resources or prior preparation. You just need a little willingness to take that first step. And here's the most surprising part. This ritual doesn't involve anything complex. On the contrary, it's something that might even seem wrong. Imagine that, for a moment, you were cheating with your own body and mind, taking advantage of a trick that seems illegal, but is actually completely legitimate. This simple gesture, which can be done in 1 minute, not only improves your concentration instantly, but also activates your energy in a completely new way. But you'll need to see it to believe it. That's what we're going to show you shortly. The feeling you'll have after applying this ritual will be almost like an awakening. You'll feel renewed, more focused, and curiously, more in control than you ever imagined. This little secret we're about to reveal isn't just about productivity. It's about a transformation that happens from the inside out. And believe me, once you experience this 60-second ritual, you'll never look at your daily tasks the same way again. Get ready to discover how a simple gesture can make all the difference. Imagine being completely immersed in chaos, trying to keep your attention on several tasks at once, but unable to truly focus on anything. Every attempt at concentration seems to fail, and the feeling of frustration keeps growing. Now, imagine there's a simple and quick solution, something that can be done in just 60 seconds, but has the power to change everything. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But this little ritual is about to change the game, giving you back control when you need it most. The truth is that this practice is far from complicated, and it doesn't involve any kind of mysterious technique or miracle remedy. What's most impressive is that, by applying it, you'll realize you don't need major changes to start having immediate results. In just 60 seconds, your mind will calm down, your focus will intensify, and your energy will soar. The feeling of lightness that comes with this ritual is almost indescribable, but the best part is that you can apply it whenever you need to. This technique might even seem wrong at first glance, as if it were a way to cheat at the game of life. But that's exactly what makes it even more powerful. The simplicity with which you can achieve high performance in such a small time interval is one of the best-kept secrets of successful people. They don't waste time with complicated methods. On the contrary, they seek what works simply and effectively. And this ritual is just that, a practical solution within everyone's reach, capable of generating incredible results. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. This 60-second ritual can be your ally in any situation. If you're fighting procrastination, lack of energy, or simply need a moment of clarity, this technique will help you rebalance. And best of all, you'll feel the difference immediately. This small gesture will become your key to a new way of living and working, more focused, and with more energy than you ever imagined possible. Have you ever had those days when energy simply disappears? When you feel like you're dragging yourself from one task to another, but nothing seems to move forward. Fatigue takes over and focus is like a distant concept. It seems like the more you try to concentrate, the more your mind disperses. This is the scenario many face daily, and it's not uncommon. What you might not know is that the problem isn't your motivation, but the way your body and mind are being demanded. Often, the problem lies in the lack of a simple technique to restore balance, and that's where things start to get complicated. The feeling of procrastination and frustration is not rare. If you stop to think about it, it's quite possible you've lost hours in front of the computer or even on your phone without being able to accomplish what was planned. The body asks for rest, but the mind insists on continuing to fight, creating a vicious cycle. The temptations and distractions around don't help, and you end up feeling more tired at the end of the day than when you started. This, my friend, is a classic symptom of mental overload, something everyone faces at some point, but not everyone knows how to break this cycle. Sometimes, the most obvious solutions don't seem to work. We try at all costs to combat procrastination with new tools, or even with doses of coffee, but productivity still seems distant. The problem isn't lack of effort, but lack of a more strategic approach that addresses the balance of body and mind. And that's where the challenge lies. You need something simpler and more effective, something that can be done quickly, and that doesn't require major changes to your routine. What's often missing is precisely the turning point that propels action out of this negative cycle. What happens is that the real solution to this problem isn't in what you can do to force yourself to work more, but in what you can do to free yourself and make room for focus and energy. Like a key that unlocks a door, you need a simple but powerful tool to break this cycle. And believe me, when you understand the simplicity behind this technique, you'll realize that the solution to all these problems was actually within your reach all along. You must be wondering, if it's not coffee or medicine, what could be so simple and effective? The answer might seem almost counterintuitive. We're all used to seeking complex solutions to simple problems, but what you need isn't more complication, but simplicity. Often, the most powerful answers are within our reach, but we're conditioned to believe that real solutions require something more elaborate, more difficult, more advanced. This is the big mistake. We think quick solutions aren't effective, when in fact, they can be exactly what we need. The truth is that the solution to many of our daily problems isn't in some secret formula or miraculous techniques. On the contrary, it's in what seems simplest and even a bit wrong at first glance. Did you know it's possible to achieve an instant transformation in your energy and concentration level in just 60 seconds? That's right, without needing complicated techniques or hours of preparation. What seems almost illegal, as if you were cheating, is actually an extremely efficient and easily accessible technique. The solution isn't in forcing the mind, but in knowing how to reset it. Now, if you're thinking this must be some kind of psychological trick, you're on the right track. But it's not just any trick. It's a simple practice, but with immense renewal power. It might seem wrong at first glance because it's too fast, but it's precisely the speed that makes the technique so powerful. When you manage to use simplicity to your advantage, you break the barriers of what you thought was possible, and the immediate result is a mindset change that goes beyond what you imagine. The most impressive thing about all this is that it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Whether you're a student with tight deadlines, a professional with a full schedule, or someone seeking more energy for your daily life, this technique can be the turning point you've been looking for. It's not a complex solution, but something that can be done naturally and effectively. But of course, you need to see for yourself to believe how something so simple can bring such transformative results. Now, you might be wondering, but does this really work? The answer is a resounding yes, and there's a solid reason for it. This 60-second ritual isn't something new or experimental. In fact, high-performance people around the world have been using this technique to improve their focus, increase productivity, and restore energy almost immediately. We're not talking about something recently invented, but a basic principle that has always been within our reach. Great leaders, entrepreneurs, and elite athletes have already discovered the power of this simple gesture, and believe me, the secret lies in daily practice. The magic behind this technique isn't actually magic. It's scientific, practical, and like any other skill, needs to be applied consistently to generate real results. Contrary to what many might think, it's not a complex formula of deep meditation or an advanced psychological technique. In reality, It simply explores how our body and mind work, offering the chance to reset and recharge instantly. It's not a trick, but a deep understanding of what makes us function at our best. This practice isn't exclusive to a select group of people, but accessible to everyone who wants an immediate boost in energy and focus. In moments of pressure, like tight deadlines or demanding tasks, it can be the decisive factor between success and frustration. What makes this technique even more powerful is the fact that it requires very little to be done, but offers an impressive return in terms of mental clarity and productivity. Great achievers don't waste time looking for complex solutions. They know that simplicity, when well applied, is the most effective path. By integrating this 60-second ritual into your routine, you're simply following one of the best-kept secrets of high-performance people. It's not a fad, but a proven and accessible strategy. Those who achieve success know that you don't need to complicate things to achieve great results. And by applying this technique consistently, you'll notice, in a short time, the difference it can make in your daily life. Now it's time to reveal what could be your new secret to increasing productivity and restoring your focus in just 60 seconds. Believe me, it's nothing complex. It's a simple breathing and movement exercise. You'll need just 1 minute, a little concentration, and the willingness to try something new. At first, it might seem too simple to have a real effect, but it's exactly this power of simplicity that makes it so effective. By doing this exercise, you'll be preparing your body and mind for a new level of energy and clarity. The practice begins with deep, controlled breathing. You inhale deeply through your nose, holding the air for a few seconds, then slowly release it through your mouth, allowing tension and stress to dissipate with the air. While doing this, move your body fluidly, perhaps with a simple stretch or a small circular movement of your arms, to release any accumulated stiffness. The goal here isn't to complicate, but simply to allow your mind to relax and prepare for action. This simple ritual allows you to instantly reconfigure your energy. You can do this ritual at any time during your day, whether before an important meeting, after a long period of work, or even when you feel you're losing focus. It's a quick technique, but one that brings immediate results. The impact on your mindset is immediate. The feeling of tiredness and overload goes away, and you feel renewed, as if you've given your brain a reset. The power of this ritual is that it goes beyond a simple breathing exercise. It's a true act of mental recovery, something everyone can easily apply. What's most interesting is that, by performing this ritual daily, you begin to notice a gradual change in your energy level, mental clarity, and ability to focus. And like any habit, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. This is a simple trick, but with great impact. In just 60 seconds, you'll experience a remarkable transformation in your mind and body, allowing you to concentrate more effectively and complete your tasks much more efficiently. There's something fascinating when we talk about this 60-second ritual, and it's precisely the feeling that it might be wrong somehow. At first glance, it might seem like a trick, a way to cheat the system, as if you were taking advantage of a loophole in the productivity game. This feeling that something too simple can't be so powerful is what makes this ritual so intriguing. It almost seems like we're doing something outside the rules, but in reality, it's just a natural practice that many of us simply ignore. Imagine you have a difficult task ahead of you. Your mind is tired, and the pressure is building. You try several times to concentrate, but all you manage to do is get lost in your own thoughts. Now, imagine that instead of forcing your mind to continue, you simply breathe deeply and perform this little ritual. In 60 seconds, the fatigue disappears, focus emerges, and you're ready to face any challenge. That's the trick. It seems too simple to work, but it's exactly this simplicity that allows it to be so effective. The feeling of cheating is the surprise of seeing something so easy and quick generate real results. It's almost as if you were breaking the established rules of productivity. While everyone is looking for complicated and time-consuming solutions, you're applying a technique that anyone can do at any time, without complication. And that's the beauty of it. When you discover that the solution lies in something simple, you begin to question everything you thought you knew about the process of working and achieving goals. It seems wrong because it's fast, but it's exactly this factor of instantaneity that makes it so powerful. When you apply this ritual, the transformation happens almost magically, and the feeling of cheating disappears, giving way to an internal recognition that you're just using your body and mind in the most efficient way possible. As this ritual becomes part of your daily routine, you begin to realize that it's not a trick or a loophole, but a legitimate strategy to get the results you want. And that's the secret. The key to productivity isn't in complicating, but in simplifying strategically. Now that you know what to do, it's time to see the ritual in action. Imagine yourself in the middle of a difficult afternoon, with your mind full of pending tasks and the feeling that you won't be able to handle it. Instead of continuing to force yourself, you decide to stop for 60 seconds and apply the ritual. First, close your eyes and begin breathing deeply, counting to 3 while inhaling through your nose and to 4 while releasing the air through your mouth. Feel the tension dissipating with each breath. It's a moment for you to reconnect with yourself, without rushing, just in the rhythm of your body. Now move slowly. You don't need to make big gestures. Just move your arms, stretch your back, and feel your body relaxing with each movement. The key here is fluidity, the simple act of letting your body stretch and release the tension accumulated throughout the day. As your mind calms down, your body prepares to return to focus. This ritual can be done anywhere, whether at your desk, in the office, or even at home when you feel you need a quick break. The most incredible thing is that, in just 60 seconds, the feeling of renewal is instant. The real transformation happens while you practice. If you pay attention to the immediate effects, you'll notice that after this minute of breathing and movement, you feel lighter and more centered. Your mind is no longer overloaded, and you can resume your tasks with surprising clarity. It might seem too simple to be true, but when you put it into practice, the results speak for themselves. The feeling that your body and mind are reset is an instant reward for applying this simple technique. This ritual isn't just a trick for stressful moments, but a tool you can use whenever you feel your energy and focus are diminishing. It's the quickest way to recover mental clarity and re-establish connection with your goals. Best of all, by doing this consistently, you'll be training your mind and body to concentrate more efficiently and naturally, without needing complicated methods or long hours of preparation. The great advantage of this 60-second ritual is that you don't need to wait hours or days to feel the effects. In just 1 minute, you experience a real change in your mental and physical state. The first benefit is the instant increase in clarity. That feeling of confusion and overload begins to disappear, and your mind aligns surprisingly. You begin to see tasks with new eyes, with more focus and less resistance. Best of all, this transformation is so quick that you don't even realize how you manage to change states so rapidly. Another immediate benefit you'll feel is the increase in energy. This ritual not only reduces stress, but also recharges your energy almost magically. You begin to feel more willing, as if you were renewed, ready to face any challenge. And what's most impressive is that even if fatigue had dominated your body before, after these 60 seconds, you feel invigorated. It's as if you had drunk a strong coffee, but without the side effects of caffeine. Your energy comes from your own body, aligned with your breathing and movement, providing an instant feeling of vitality. Additionally, you'll notice a significant improvement in your focus. It's almost as if a fog had lifted from your mind. Now, instead of fighting distractions, you feel immersed in the moment, able to perform your tasks much more efficiently. Your attention is completely focused on what really matters, and the feeling of control returns, making you feel more productive and fulfilled. The key here is the speed with which you access this renewed focus, all in just 60 seconds. Finally, one of the most powerful transformations you'll experience is the feeling of mental and emotional clarity. In moments of overload, our brain tends to scatter in various directions, but after this ritual, you can concentrate on what really matters. There's no more mental noise. The feeling of being in control and functioning at your maximum capacity level is indescribable. These immediate benefits are like a quick reward that keeps you motivated to continue applying the ritual throughout the day. Now that you know the power of this 60-second ritual, how about taking a break and testing it right now? Stop what you're doing for a moment, breathe deeply, move slowly, and feel the difference in just 60 seconds. This is more than a simple exercise. It's the key to transforming your energy and focus in daily life. By applying this ritual, You'll notice how you can improve your performance, and best of all, in an extremely short time. Try repeating this process during your journey, whenever you feel you need a reset. This isn't something you should do once and forget. The real change happens when you incorporate this practice into your daily routine. If you can, try applying the ritual for 7 consecutive days and see how it can change your productivity and focus in a lasting way. You'll be surprised by the impact a simple gesture can have on your well-being and your ability to perform. This ritual is like a shared secret, a simple but extremely effective tool that you can use whenever you feel you need to re-energize. And the best part is that you don't need any special equipment or preparation. All you need is 60 seconds and the willingness to experiment. Now, imagine how this practice can be incorporated into your mornings or during moments of greatest overload. Don't underestimate the power of this simple gesture. It might be exactly what you need to have more control over your mind and actions. If you like this tip, then it's time to put it into practice right now. Pause the video, breathe, move, and start feeling the difference immediately. And remember, the more you apply it, the easier it will be to incorporate this ritual into your daily routine. In a short time, you'll see concrete results, with more focus, clarity, and energy in your day. And there's the secret, the 60-second ritual that seems illegal, but really works. At first glance, it might seem too simple to have a real impact. But it's exactly this simplicity that makes it so powerful. In just 1 minute, you can transform your focus, energy, and productivity, and this isn't something you should underestimate. What seemed like a trick or a loophole in the rules of productivity is actually a legitimate technique that can make all the difference in your daily life. Seems incredible, doesn't it? The feeling of doing something so simple and, at the same time, so effective will change the way you face your daily challenges. You'll notice that by applying this ritual, everything begins to align more fluidly and naturally. Instead of fighting procrastination or lack of focus, you'll simply be resetting your mind and body for a new way of acting. And best of all, this can be done by anyone, anywhere, at any time. Now, imagine how you can use this ritual to improve not only your performance, but also your life. The beauty of this simple gesture lies in its ability to generate real and quick changes in a way you never imagined possible. This is the key to breaking the cycle of procrastination, lack of focus, and fatigue. The 60-second ritual is more than a technique. It's a new way of living, of connecting with your energy and achieving your goals. If you've stayed until here, you already know the power of this 60-second ritual. But before moving on to the next secret, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications so you don't miss any content, give that like to support the video, and of course, comment 60 seconds so I know you stayed until the end and are ready to transform your productivity.